to you wherever you are watching us from. This is Wake Up News on Globe TV. I am Bright. Let's begin with our top stories. And in this package, President Akufo-Addo is thrilled about Accra hosting the 2025 Africa Oil Week, a significant milestone for Ghana and the continent. And the Ghana National Association of Private Schools is urging the Ministry of Education to abolish the 30% priority placement policy for public schools. We will also take you to the northeastern region where the regional minister Yidana Zakaria shares updates on the progress of the Gulf of Guinea Northern Region Social Cohesion Project. And coming up on international fronts, COP29 climate talks urge the finding of $1 trillion a year for poorer countries. And coming up in sports, Coach Otuado's shared to Angola Clash I's first win in AFCON qualifiers. We have details of these stories and many more coming up shortly in the 40 minutes package. Do stay with us. Welcome back to the program. Remember, we are streaming all across the world on Facebook at Globe TV GH. We are also live on our website at globetvonline.com. You can join us with your thoughts and comment. This one we begin from the presidency. President Nana Akufo-Addo is thrilled about Accra hosting the 2025 Africa Oil Week, a significant milestone for Ghana and the continent. Now, this relocation from Cape Town solidifies Ghana's growing influence in global energy. At a press launch in Accra, President Akufo-Addo expressed pride in hosting the event, highlighting its role in advancing Africa's energy narrative and securing sustainable development through strategic partnerships.
The 5-day event will bring together international energy leaders to discuss Africa's vast energy potential. This move cements Ghana's position as a key hub for energy dialogue, investment, and innovation in Africa. As President Akufo-Addo emphasized, this is a defining moment for Ghana and Africa, marking a new chapter in the energy cooperation and growth.
And in partnership with the Presidency of Ghana, the Ministry of Energy, the Petroleum Commission, GNPC, the National Petroleum Corporation, and the African Prosperity Network will invite our counterparts from across Africa and international energy companies to what we believe will be the most prestigious event of its kind. As a continent, let us seize the opportunity that this new chapter for Africa Oil Week presents and move forward together towards a more prosperous and energy-secure future for Africa.
Minister for Energy Herbert Krapper and Petroleum Commission CEO Egbert Feibel Jr. has reaffirmed their dedication to promoting a pan-African focus.
We must advocate for, more investment. We must take advantage of the opportunity, and I believe that the continent should be better off from Accra hosting this conference starting from next year. As Mr. Otrida has highlighted, Accra is fast becoming the commercial hub of the continent, and there could be no better time to host this conference because, as we all know, energy remains the heartbeat of most of the production that the continent is in need of, especially commercial production. And making sure that this event is a success.
CEO of Sankofa Events and main organizer of Africa Oil Week, Paul Sinclair, emphasizes the event's goal of empowering Africa to shape its energy future.
The idea of Africa Oil Week is to advocate the development of energy for the continent, to ensure that we're bringing energy security to the African region, and we believe Ghana, as a risk-adjusted business hub, economic hub of the continent, has the capacity from an infrastructure perspective and from an ease of doing business perspective to continue these conversations. As a British Ghanaian, obviously bringing Africa Oil Week home to Ghana brings immense pride to me. It's something that I've wished for and dreamed for a long time, and I have no doubt with the support of the Presidency, the Ministry of Energy, Ghana Tourism Authority, Petroleum Commission, GNPC, TOR, and all of the agencies within the Ghanaian government who will make this a resounding success for Ghana, West Africa, and the broader region as a whole.
Away from energy, let's do some climate-related stories. And here, President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo has urged world leaders to move beyond rhetoric and take concrete and decisive action to address the global climate crisis. Now, speaking at COP29 in Azerbaijan on Wednesday, November 13th, during the World Climate Leaders Summit, President Akufo-Addo emphasized the critical need for effective measures to protect vulnerable communities from the increasing threat posed by climate change.
Today we gather not merely as leaders or policymakers, but as individuals bound by our love for our lands and future generations. We're here to declare we stand in solidarity for a green world. For Ghana, climate change is real and immediate, affecting our farmers, coastlines, and communities. Rising temperatures and unpredictable weather threaten our livelihoods daily. Yet we respond with resilience and commitment. In 2021, Ghana submitted updated nationally determined contributions to the United Nations, encompassing 47 programs to mitigate and adapt to climate impacts. Our goal is to cut emissions by 64 million metric tons by 2030, demanding investments between 10 and 15 billion United States dollars. Despite financial and technical hurdles, we're determined to meet the Paris Agreement's goals across agriculture, transport, forestry, energy, and other sectors. We have made strides. The Green Ghana project has planted 50 million trees, and forest restoration efforts have covered 721,000 hectares since 2017 when I came to office. 13 mitigation actions have cut annual greenhouse gas emissions by 43% since 2021. Ghana's national electric vehicle policy, backed by tax incentives, promotes sustainable mobility, and our energy transition framework steers us towards a green future. Through Article 6 of the Paris Agreement, Ghana has mobilized 800 million United States dollars by trading carbon credits with nations like Switzerland and Sweden. However, we cannot reach our climate goals alone. We call on our global partners to honor their commitments, ensuring accessible concessional financing for sustainable development in Africa without unsustainable debt. As a father and a grandfather, I question what we will leave behind. What world will we leave behind? Our children's future hinges on our decisions. That COP29 here in Azerbaijan mark a pivotal shift from dialogue to decisive action. Let us act boldly, showing future generations that we fought for them. Ghana stands united with the world for a green.
The Ghana National Association of Private School Nurses is urging the Ministry of Education to abolish the 30% priority placement policy for public schools, citing unfair treatment of private institutions. Now, this call to action follows complaint filed by the Commission on Human Rights and Administrative Justice Rights against the government regarding this policy. At a press conference, NAP's President, Professor Damasus Tuorisono, expressed concerns about the latest BEC result and placement 16.
When you have two wives, you must love the children of both wives equally, irrespective of which wife was the first wife or the second wife, irrespective of which of the two wives is your beloved and which one is your less loved wife. The Ministry of Education has two wives: public schools, private schools. So the children of these two systems must be equally loved and equally cared for. Dear media friends, permit me to elaborate on some issues regarding this year's BEC and the attendant placement issues. When WAEC released this year's BEC on 19th October 2024 and announced that the results of 149 schools were under investigation, little did we know that many innocent candidates from private schools will be unduly penalized. On suspicion that some candidates engaged in malpractices, their results were withheld. We believe WAEC could have done a more due diligence before withholding results of some of those schools. Few examples of the affected schools will suffice. Take the case of Candid Standard School in Bibiane and Bible School of Africa in the Upper East region, where the entire results of candidates were withheld on suspicion of malpractices, only for the results to be released recently without any adverse findings. But as I speak, the poor students of these affected schools haven't been placed into any senior high school yet. What was their crime? Their results probably looked too good for someone's comfort. We also have some schools in Kaswa, namely Royal Beam Academy, Savior Children Foundation, His Grace Preparatory School, and Tanks International School, whose science results have been withheld. The last time I checked, the candidates had been invited to appear before an investigation committee. God knows when they will be cleared to now begin the process of search.
The outgoing Sunyani Female Prisons Commander, Chief Superintendent Mary Asante Safo, is appealing to the government to allocate more resources to the Ghana Prison Service. Now, this she believes is crucial for the services to function effectively.
During the retirement send-off ceremony organized by Sunyani Central Prisons Command, Chief Superintendent Mary Asante Safo emphasized that the service requires additional resources to support both inmates and officers. She highlighted the need for increased feeding grants, vehicles and equipment to facilitate inmate training. Chief Superintendent Mary Asante Safo also stressed the importance of stakeholder support beyond government assistance to enhance the service capabilities.
Enyama ya debama inmates webiani dimu ene nyama yese di edwuma na edwuma no ko wano inmates ne biani dimu in fact enye easy nti saba no betwa na nya bahwe ho na o madidi sika no betuma ka beboaye saa so na nyama bi eboaye ma edwuma no ko wano ebi ti se car ebi ti se everything say accoutrements are yedi adwuma nina esese nya yensa susu na se edoso a atumi bua ema adwuma no koso.
During her remarks, the outgoing commander reflected on her 40-year tenure in the Ghana prison service, describing it as a challenging yet fulfilling journey. She expressed gratitude to God for the successful completion of her service and stressed the Ghana prison service ongoing commitment to its core mandate of ensuring safe custody of inmates.
Service in there is still a Ghana prison service. A human also, your mandate in SA. Say better need to force you friend safe custody. Any or my sitting me friend welfare. And say best sound reformation and reintegration. Say better say you ma one bet to me assign our core society na to me society na accept na fee to me atina or minimu aye juma asho and no mind mandate in there and society.
She appealed for calm and peace during the upcoming presidential and parliamentary elections.
The Center for Learning and Childhood Development Ghana, a non-profit organization dedicated to improving children's survival and development, has organized games and activities for children with disabilities. And this initiative aims to ensure equity and equality for these children.
The Center for Learning and Childhood Development Ghana's effort align with the United Nations Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities, emphasizing equal opportunities and participation for all. According to Douglas Ejapon, the organization encourages fathers to actively support their children with disabilities, emphasizing that a child's disability should never be a reason for fathers to abandon their families. She encourages men to take responsibility and be supportive of their children's needs.
There have been a lot of success stories. With what we're doing, at least you can see that the mothers are happy. That's a a success because most of the times the caregivers are sad. It's very unfortunate for you to get pregnant, go through a 9-month-old journey, and have a child with a disability. So stigmatization itself, we go indoors, we don't want to talk to anybody, we feel isolated. So this program alone is bringing them out. So once the mothers have left the comfort of their home and they have come to the program alone, it's a success. It means that they are comfortable, they are okay to share their story with others. They want to spend time with their children and other people. Please and please don't run away. You must help your wife and your child to be able to come out of this predicament. If you have any problem, you can go to any hospital nearby, see a doctor, see a physiotherapist, occupational therapist, and ask important questions to help your child transfer from one point to the other.
The Center for Learning and Childhood Development Ghana's platform provides a safe space for parents to connect, share experiences, and find strength. Some parents of the participating children with disabilities in the organization's activities share their heartfelt thoughts and feelings.
We are Cerebral Palsy Ghana. We are parents and caregivers with children with cerebral palsy. So we ourselves have our kids together. Some other organizations have been exploiting us, so we decided to come together as parents and caregivers to form a group to help ourselves. And so when people reach out to us, we investigate and see if it's a genuine group or something before we join with the group.
And once I have come up and the take Colano and the usage, Emma, there's only someone by telling them that share their nation, and they say, we say so, or question to share the Lucana Kupun, and may particular say, Emily Fevbo, fine. But I'm not but it's really now to a quality.
But not all your spastic cerebral palsy. Now the spastic, no, not a young work. Need to me put on, need to me son in simple. But me bano kakra no much me nyama me send you messia handle ti na ho say aboa me bano so kakra me niaje. In fact, me since I started with them,
On a very sad development this morning, a fire outbreak on Thursday morning destroyed more than 15 structures at Circle Odona in Accra. The blaze, which erupted in the early hours, was swiftly contained by the Ghana National Fire Service, whose prompt response prevented the flames from reaching a nearby warehouse and over 200 other structures. Now, according to eyewitnesses, the incident occurred close to a recent fire that had also damaged several wooden structures in the area. The Ghana National Fire Service is investigating the cause of the fire and has advised residents and business owners to adhere to fire safety measures to prevent further incidents in the highly vulnerable areas. Victims of the inferno recount their losses.
I'm begging you. Please help me. I'm begging you.
How should we help you? Like what
I can't place the property. My shop, my 3 fridge open. My 6 inside plates, my bank account, my everything. The place I'll sleep today, I don't know the place that I'll sleep. I'm begging you. To help me. I'm begging you. I'm begging. This one John 2 times is that. I'm begging you.
So you see, that's the length of the wall. The height of the wall. We're fortunate that the wall, the fire goes down. I think they're trying to prevent their properties from moving. But if not for the wall that broke down, we wouldn't have been able to go and get access, because then we would have gone to jump and then make the holes and then carry it. So it's
That was unfortunate incident in the country's capital, Accra. You are still watching the news live on Globe TV. I am AWUSI. Coming up on the program, Northeast Regional Minister Yidana Zakaria shares updates on the progress of the Gulf of Guinea Northern Region Social Cohesion Project. I have duties coming up shortly. Do not go anywhere. Welcome back to the program. We are live on Facebook at Globe TV GH. We are also live on our website at globetvonline.com. To the Northeast region, the regional minister Yidana Zakaria has shared updates on the progress and successes of the Gulf of Guinea Northern Region's Social Cohesion (SOCO) project. This initiative, funded by the World Bank through the Ministry of Local Government, Decentralization and Rural Development, aims to tackle complex challenges faced by people in the northern regions of Gulf of Guinea countries, including Ghana, Cote d'Ivoire, Togo, and Benin.
The SOCO project will benefit 48 municipal and district assemblies across 6 regions in Ghana, with a total investment of $150 million. Ghana's share of $150 million will support targeted projects in areas such as connectivity, social infrastructure, markets, water system, health facilities, and educational infrastructure. Northeast Regional Minister Yidana Zakaria has announced remarkable progress in the first year of the SOCO project, with a whopping 530 infrastructure sub-projects successfully implemented.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, We are proud to report significant progress in the first year of SOCO project. A total of 530 infrastructure SOCO projects have been successfully implemented across the beneficiary regions, with an estimated investment of 184,777,742.07 pesos. These projects span vital sectors including education, health, water, sanitation, and hygiene, that is wash.
He also announced some achievements under the project, highlighting the construction of 33 roads and culverts, multiple classroom blocks, teacher accommodations, markets, stores, and health facilities.
Economic development and youth development. Notable achievements include the following: 33 roads and culverts have been done. 59 classroom blocks with teachers' accommodations have also been completed. 73 rural markets have been executed. 66 health facilities have equally been undertaken, and 210 water systems provided. One of the most tangible impacts of SOCO projects has been the generation of over 6,200 jobs across its operational areas. These jobs include 3,800 unskilled labor opportunities, 2,000 skilled labor positions offered, and 426 community facilitator roles also churned out.
We remind you that we have 22 more days to the general election, and we here remain your election courts. To some election-related story, the Asama branch of the National Democratic Congress, NDC, has issued a stern warning to Adam Skuda, an independent parliamentary candidate and former NDC supporter, to cease using the party's colours and slogans in his campaign.
Kuda's actions have sparked confrontations with NDC supporters, particularly after his supporters were seen wearing NDC t-shirts during his recent campaign trail. According to Ashaman NDC Constituency Secretary Alan de Graaf Kwanza, Kuda's behavior is a deliberate attempt to discredit the NDC MP and deceive voters. Kwanza emphasized that the party will take necessary measures to prevent misrepresentation.
O poster so kalesa identify posters ni nya NDC colors eno kokoda nchen poster wo e be ni nya be senemo wa cho so Ashama zu abrante ono ko independent ono no za na zu ene za no ehina ni slogan enye NDC slogan inti hifa no nu gina ana ne gina bia e wo he anu no use another political party slogan as NDC ni ameti ase me ye den I offer MPP slogan. Eyusu. Woman require kasa the program. Just be a influence. In the absence of that, right ben amiwo. And to clearly a brand why not been say wamba se obabe ye bibi. The
NDC says while they welcome anyone who genuinely wants to join the party, they won't tolerate any attempts to disrupt the peace in Ashaman or distort the party's message.
These are ordinary people out there. Because I say, what you say we are independent candidate. Now I tired you share. O picture with him, not your mama picture with him. But what do you expect? You stay in the director, or you also stay in Ashama. What do you expect the ordinary NDC person out there? I don't know shade him say His Excellency John Dramani my Babe president. Na NS Nobe, Ebabe MP. Na mpuntu abo Ashama 40 na Jenso esabo akoko no. A omo pre ne Ashama kwan nyina ye futu kwan. A nkofutu atas. Ekoko landi o municipal chief executive ni boto na abenti suboto mpuntu juma emba no. Na ono ba expect say ne abebiati independent can go FIFA and Ober rise ababenya 73,000 votes. Let alone to beat honorable NS. No, but the MPP, if they care to know, had 45,000. Into FIFA, into Omada JD Nibi. So more person content, nobody is stopping them from contesting an election. Everybody has his right, and the democracy says so.
From the Greater Accra region, let me take you to the Bono East region, where the Member of Parliament for Techiman North, Elizabeth Ofusue-Jare, has established a state-of-the-art chip compound in Tinabia, a community within her constituency. This facility is a game changer, especially for mothers who have previously lost their newborns due to inadequate medical care during childbirth.
Tinabia, a small community in the Techiman North municipality, has long struggled with basic infrastructure deficiencies, including a lack of school, electricity, and accessible roads. The absence of healthcare facility has been a significant threat, particularly to women's health. The newly built CHIPS compound aims to bridge this gap, providing essential medical services to the community. Some women in the community recount their struggles to Globe News.
I say hospital quiet. Just when you now the doctor, over breast answer now bring your car for now watch you. So we couldn't even motor na car. This offer from side the boy up and now with my wirelessa. And to have said what's about the hospital. Brammy bread and sana, meeting me when she was with it. Now I say now me could not to buy into your motor no. This will be nimchi. At the car been a buy and sana meeting me your car at the ban hospital. And the can yes I can't buy an academic farm. The payare Naya bear poponano. Yes, I didn't say it. Nay, dear son, we are winching a berry. Nay, dear son, a pukuro now in your car. The visuals are we waiting now. All the son and ye are now a honey, and you mirror him a 40. Mimi Gina hobby. No, them by dear by any church. But the son of Popono, we are somewhat to keep fun. But the trends you are crabina by any year, the son of the buyer.
The community members are overjoyed with the launch of the new facility, which addresses their most pressing need for accessible healthcare. They express gratitude to the MP for her compassion and dedication to improving their well-being.
Na de ohwehwe no ne nsanka yesi ani anje a nyame na betueka nyame hira no.
On the international front this morning, the countries at the COP29 summit tried to make progress on how to raise up to $1 trillion in climate finance for the world's most vulnerable, as political tensions overshadowed the talks, and Argentina on Thursday put its delegation from Baku. The success of this year's UN Climate Summit hinges on whether countries can agree on a new finance target for richer countries, development lenders and the private sector to deliver each year. Developing countries need at least $1 trillion annually by the end of the decade to cope with climate change. Economists told the UN talks.
If poorer states are to move to greener energy and protect against extreme weather, at least $1 trillion per year will be needed by the end of the decade. That's the warning to negotiators at COP29 on Thursday, as money becomes a central focus of the climate talks being held in Azerbaijan. But negotiators at the UN Climate Conference risk being overshadowed by political spats. France's climate minister has cancelled her trip to the summit after Azerbaijan's president accused France of crimes in its overseas territories in the Caribbean. Meanwhile, Argentina's government has also withdrawn its negotiators from talks, according to two diplomats at the event, although neither knew the reason why. Argentina's president, Javier Milei, has previously called global warming a hoax. Negotiators have been left fielding questions on the diplomatic issues.
I would like to propose that we stick to today's thematic theme, which is finance.
Negotiators are trying to reach a deal on how much richer countries, development lenders, and the private sector must provide each year. A previous goal of $100 billion per year was met late in 2022 and in the form of loans rather than grants, something recipient countries say needs to change. A report from the independent high-level expert group on climate finance said the annual target figure would need to rise to $1.3 trillion a year by 2035, or more if countries drag their feet now.
Well, I'm kind of seeing some glum faces. There should be some energy in this room, and if we're to drive that those finance flows, it needs energy from many of you here.
Any deal is likely to be hard fought, given a reluctance among...
Ahead of the African Cup of Nations qualifiers against Angola, Black Stars coach Otuado, seeking his first win in the qualifiers, has been sharing his thoughts on the team's atmosphere and dynamics in camp, the integration and adaptation of the new players, and the challenges of facing a side that has already secured their spots in the next tournament in Morocco.
The boys look sharp, really good condition. It's a good atmosphere. We know about the importance of this match. For me the boys look ready and sharp, and like I said, good atmosphere.
And personally, with the few changes you made before campaign started, what are you looking ahead? What sort of reaction do you expect? Are you looking forward to see from these players?
Yeah, actually we had a good positive competition in the training matches, and from what I saw, they really put up the idea how we played, also the new players, and looking forward to see them all, especially the new players that can prove themselves. I mean, it's a big chance because we had a lot of injuries, and the others, I think they're hopefully ready to guide them through the game, and it's going to be very tough, very difficult. But we're looking forward to that game, and I know that we will do it.
Finally, how does it play out going into games like this when you know that your opponents have already qualified, but you need the point so badly to make the next step?
Yeah, these are difficult games, and we can't take it for granted that they will play, let's say, 50% or so. I know that they will give 100%. It's going to be difficult. It's an away game, and it's going to be very tight, I know. But I think mentally the boys are ready. Looking forward for that game. It's time for our first victory in this competition, and I think...
And today, we wish the Black Stars the very best as they seek their spots in the African Cup of Nations qualifier. Now, on the international front, AS Roma has announced the appointment of Claudio Ranieri as head coach until the end of the season. The 73-year-old Italian manager comes out of retirement for his third stint at Roma, placing Ivan Juric, who was sacked on Sunday. Ranieri, renowned from leading Leicester City to the 2016 Premier League title, will take the reins for Roma's upcoming matches, including a Serie A away fixtures against Napoli and Europa League away match against Tottenham. At the season's conclusion, Ranieri will transition into a senior executive role, advising the ownership of sporting matters. Liverpool superstar Mohamed Salah dismisses the notion that his team is an underdog in the Premier League with title race. With Liverpool leading the table 5 points ahead of reigning champions Manchester City, Salah believes his side has the talents and determination to win it all.
For this season?
Win it all, in my opinion. I work so hard every day. I hate the idea that we're underdog. No, we have an incredible group. One of the best in the world, not the best, one of the best in the world. He's not the best. So in each position you're going to find the players really one of the top 3 in the world, so why we don't win it? This city and this club has to always fight on everything.
Win it all, Andy?
I just want to be more happy. That's it. So if that's...
Don't say anything else.
For more sports story, log on to our website at www.globetvonline.com. Let's do take recap of our top stories. President Akufo-Addo is thrilled about Ghana hosting the 2025 African Oil Week, a significant milestone for Ghana and the continent. And the Ghana National Association of Private Schools is urging the Ministry of Education to abolish a 30% priority placement policy for public schools. You also hear from the International Front where COP29 climate talks urge the findings of $1 trillion a year for poorer countries. And in sports, Kojiado lose ahead to Angola class. Ice first win in AFCON qualifiers. And that will be for the news on behalf of the entire production team led by Alexander Onhineje and directed by Bella Teta Abuna Makafi. Many thanks for watching. I am Bright AWUSI. Have a good morning and enjoy the rest of our programs. Bye-bye.